A smash and grab only takes a few seconds. The thief breaks the window, grabs your bag or purse, and is gone before you know it. Behind me on I-40 West and about that western overpass is where police are saying this accident took place. The fire happened early this morning at this home right behind me. One woman was inside when the fire broke out. She is now in critical condition in Lubbock. But it's how authorities found her that makes this story so interesting. There's only a few lingering firefighters back there cleaning up what's left of this chemical spill. And now this is what we know from the Amarillo Fire Department. The chemical spilled was chromic acid. It's actually a long process getting these signs turned on for an Amber Alert, and apparently our text-on office just didn't get the go-ahead from Kara. As you can see behind me, these guards are still striking, and we might have a little more insight as to why it's lasted this long. No horsing around here, folks. Farmers are in the fields cutting wheat, and trust me, it's a crop for the ages. The Habitat for Humanity is at it again. Today, they gave away another house off North Tyler. We talked with the National Weather Service and picked one Texas Panhandle town at random to see how they would respond when severe weather hits. Now, after yesterday's election results, which you just saw, the subject of unequal representation comes up again. It's a system inadvertently excluding minorities from a seat in city government. Jay, behind me on I-40 West and about that western overpass is where police are saying this accident took place, and you're right. There are a lot of questions surrounding this accident, like what was he doing crossing the highway, especially during a heavy rainstorm like the one we had on Friday night. Corporal Jerry Neufeld says those are questions that may never be answered. However, he does tell us that minutes before the call of a hit pedestrian came in, there was a call about a disoriented person in the same area walking on the frontage road. The report states that 19-year-old Carlos Hernandez of Canyon was trying to go north across the highway when he was hit by one vehicle followed by another. Unfortunately, adding to those two initial hits, there is evidence to suggest the victim was hit a number of times.
The first person that struck him pulled over and stopped, and the next car or two that actually had struck him as well had pulled over and stopped. Unfortunately, there may have been other cars that hit him that probably didn't even realize that they had hit him or something.
Of course, police are still investigating the accident that happened here at I-40 West and the western overpass. Jay, back to you. At 12:30 early Tuesday morning, Officer Dwayne Griffin did something he thought he'd never have to do.
It was kind of a surreal deal, kind of something out of the movie, and I still can't believe it happened, but I was happy that we both made it out safe.
Officer Griffin broke down this door after 70-year-old Bobby Miller's son told him that she was still in the house. Then he crawled in on his hands and knees, grabbed the elderly woman, and carried her out to safety. Now he's being called a hero.
I would tell him I'm not a hero. I come out here and do what every one of these guys do when they put on that badge on their chest.
That screen laying over there was in my backyard.
Neighbors like Martha Cleaver still look at the house and try and take it all in. So you're taken back that somebody would actually throw something and intentionally set her house on fire?
Totally shocked because she has crippling arthritis. She can barely walk anymore.
Miss Cleaver took us into her backyard to show us the damage to her neighbor's house, and just by looking at it, you can see not only the burnt fence, but a direct shot where police say something flammable was thrown at the house. And after thinking all morning that it could have been her house last night, now she just asks why.
The only thing I'd like to know is why. Why would they do this? Because a sweeter lady there never was.
A fire that made one Amarillo police officer a hero overnight and left the neighbors of this North Amarillo neighborhood asking questions. Chris Olsen, Pro News 7. Good Saturday evening, and thank you all for watching Pro News 7 at 6. I'm Chris Olsen.
And I'm Laura Rice. There was a fatal accident last night around midnight.
We'll use our pinpoint news mapper to show you exactly where it was. In the 4200 block on I-40 West, the report from the Amarillo Police Department says a 19-year-old male was hit by a vehicle on the highway. Here's where it was. It appears the man was trying to head north across I-40 in the rain. Now we have received a number of reports. The body was hit a number of times. We're still trying to gather details regarding this accident, and we will continue to do that throughout the night. It's time to clean up downtown. At least that's what one church in downtown thought. The Buchanan Street Chapel organized a neighborhood cleanup from about 11th and Buchanan all the way to 25th. This is part of our neighborhood, so of course we were doing our part there. All in all, the goal of the cleanup was if you look good, you feel good.
It's a measure of pride, I think. We need to be proud of our community where we live. And, you know, cleanliness always brings about some pride, and hopefully we can bring some pride to the neighborhood and some help to the neighborhood.
I love putting the guys on camera that usually aren't on camera because they just smirk at the camera. I love that. The group started cleaning around 9, and they were still cleaning when we came into work this afternoon. No horsing around here, folks. Farmers are in the fields cutting wheat, and trust me, it's a crop for the ages. We went out and talked to some Swisher and Castro County farmers who were cutting their dryland wheat the other day, and wow, those yields are just through the roof. Usually the Panhandle's average wheat yield is in the 20s. This year, it's averaging into the 50s. In some cases, people are pulling in 90s. I guess the best way to describe this year is a bumper crop for sure.
Last year we were seeing 18, 20 bushel wheat yields, and that was considered good. This year we're easily up in the 50, 60 bushel range with some reports coming in of even much higher than that, even 70, 80 bushel dryland wheat, which is almost unheard of. So right now it's just shaping up to be an excellent year.
Farmers will probably be cutting for the next few weeks. If you would like to report your highest yield, go ahead and give us a shout. It was a hook, line, and sinker kind of day for many little rascals out at Martin Road Lake. Today was the fishing derby. The lake was stocked with catfish yesterday, and this morning kids and their parents were allowed to come fish for free. Around 300 kids came out for this annual event, and there was no catch here. Get it, catch, huh? Anyway, there was free food and no license was required.
For kids to get together with their parents and come out and do some fishing, as well as our park kids come out. And anytime that it's free, it's a lot of times people don't get to fish, and you don't have to have a license today if you bring your kids, so that's another incentive to come out and fish.
Now, our photographer Mark said when he was there, the biggest fish they caught was around 26 inches. Now, I know those catfish may not make great pets, but if you are looking for a pet, we do have some great news for you folks out there.
That's right. Coming up on Pro News 7 at 6, we have Pet Connection. But first, we have your job.
With the combines in the fields and half the grain in the elevator, it's safe to say they've been waiting to say words just like these their whole life.
Proud to be old enough, live long enough that I can cut a crop like this and sell it at the prices that they are today.
And now, after a year in which they didn't cut any wheat, this year they're cutting plenty.
It started raining last fall, and it just really never has shut off. And the wheat, the wheat's a testament to it.
Texas A&M agronomists say this year will be the best in over 25-30 years, maybe even the past half century. They call it a definition bumper crop.
Last year we were seeing 18, 20 bushel wheat yields, and that was considered good. This year we're easily up in the 50, 60 bushel range with some reports coming in of even much higher than that, even 70, 80 bushel dryland wheat, which is almost unheard of.
I thrash it like this.
Tommy Womack is part of the Texas Wheat Growers Association. He doubles as a 40-year farmer. And not only is this the best crop he's ever seen, overall in the Panhandle, it's seeing double, triple, even quadruple the average yields. This is about as close to swimming in gold as you can get, huh?
Well, I guess that would be right. My banker would certainly think that, and I guess there's a lot of bankers across the Texas High Plains that's pulling for the farmers as well to have a good crop. Yes, sir.
You can see there's a block over there. It's about 100 acres.
Brent Wilhelm of Castro County is one of those lucky guys who's seeing the quadrupling. On one portion of land, he saw yields over 90 bushels an acre, averaging in the 80s.
Usually when you're making 50, 60, 70 bushel wheat, the price is about $3, and you're happy with what you got, and you're still counting your eggs every day.
Now multiply these yields with a high $5 price, and you've got a gold mine.
I always remembered there was days when my granddad and them, they said, they bought a section of land and they paid for it with one crop. I think you could probably do that this year.
A season where these combines are cutting gold, giving the Panhandle wheat farmers the chance to get back on top. With photojournalist Cody Ray, Chris Olsen, Pro News 7.